have the privilege today to introduce Cheryl. She's working on Project 8, which is getting comfortable with visual aids. The objectives to this are to select visual aids appropriate for her message and audience, use visual aids correctly with ease and confidence, display the visual aid just before she's ready to talk about it, and maintain eye contact with the audience. This is a 5 to 7 minute speech, so we may be green at 5, yellow at 6, red at 7. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Cheryl with her project titled Planning and Packing for Vacation.
And Fallon, if I may have just a moment to set everything up. Good morning, everyone, fellow Toastmasters.
Good morning.
Everybody say good morning. Enthusiastic group. We can do better than that. How many of you like to go on vacations?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I know I do. So today, I'm going to share with you 5 tips that I've actually put together over the last, well, roughly 12 years of my travel. And I know these easy steps are going to help you from start to finish of your actual planning to your packing for that trip. I have developed a system all my own that I think is absolutely marvelous, and I think you guys will too. So let's begin. I need a volunteer for this. Okay. All right. Well, actually, you don't have to come up. I think you can do it right from here. Yes, right from your seat. Jeff, we're going to start with where you'd like to go. So step number 1 in my process is deciding where you want to go. So
I would like to go to the west side of the Upper Peninsula, Lake of the Clouds.
So the upper UP, you said, or peninsula?
West side, Upper Peninsula.
Okay. So I'm just going to leave it at that way. So step number 1 is deciding where it is that we want to go. Okay? That is the first step in the process. Step number 2 is deciding how much time do we need away from work to make that happen. So what is your goal in terms of time that you actually need away from work?
I have 2 boys, and it's going to be at least a 12-hour drive, which means it's about 2 days to get there.
So about 2 days a day. Okay.
So 2 days back, so at least a week.
That's just 2 days travel one way, is that correct?
Yes.
And 2 days to return. Okay. So let's think about it. Is that, you said a week. So you said a week for travel. So you're looking at roughly 4 days of that 1 week vacation to get to your destination and return. Is that going to be sufficient time? Well, that's one of the things I want you to look at. Is that going to be enough time for his particular trip, for travel to and from? So what I'm proposing is that you may look at adding an additional day in front, an additional day at the end. If you have that kind of vacation bank available to you, you want to make sure that you have a fun-filled, stress-free vacation. So that's what I'm helping you plan here today. Fun-filled, stress-free. Can I hear you say fun-filled?
Fun-filled.
Stress-free.
Stress-free.
Okay, awesome. So in order to do that, Jeff, do you think that the week that you proposed is going to be allowing you sufficient time in order to make that happen?
Probably not. I can take the weekends on both sides. So
Okay,
I can probably
all right.
do anything.
Step number, we'll move on to step number 3. Step number 3 in our process is deciding what we want to do when we get to our fun-filled, stress-free vacation. When you get to your destination, what are some of the activities that you want to do?
Do some hiking. We'll just check out the local parks. I'm sure we'll find a nice motel with a pool.
Okay. So we've got some start ready. So step number 1, we want to decide where it is we want to go. Jeff's going up to the upper west side of, I'm not doing it for that.
Upper Peninsula.
Upper Peninsula. Okay, he's going to the Upper Peninsula. It's going to take him 2 days one way to get there. and 2 days on return trip. So he's going to use a week in order to make that happen. Now, step number 3, he's decided what he wants to do when he gets there. He wants to do hiking, park, and swimming. Now, prioritize these things. Do you think you're going to be able to get everything in that you want to in that week's time? And if you're not able to, what would be your number one thing that if you returned home, you'd be really upset if you were not able to make that happen?
I would like to do the hiking.
You want to do the hiking.
The
So what
boys would love to do the swimming.
Okay.
I'm sure my wife would like to do these exploring some of the little pieces. So basically, we've kind of got to do all 4, make everybody happy.
All 4. You said hiking, parks,
Park,
swimming,
swimming.
and was there another one? Sorry, did I miss?
Just exploring some of the little.
Just exploring, okay. So what we want to do, when we go on what we call this fun-filled, stress-free vacation, we want to prioritize our activities that we want to do once we get there, so that we make sure that we get everything in that we want to get in, and when we return, we're satisfied, we're happy, we know that we've accomplished our goals of having that fun-filled, stress-free vacation because we've gotten everything that we want in. So step number 4. Now that we have our itinerary planned out here, what we want to do, step number 4 would be your essential packing items. What are the essential things that Jeff is going to need in terms of, what are the first things you want to put on a list to pack?
Clothes are always a big.
Clothes. Okay. What else? And these are essential items. If you left home, you're going to be like, oh my God, I forgot to pack my child's meds or...
Yeah, we pack a medicine kit, we have a bed rail, special things just so they can sleep in their own comfortable space. Pooh Bear has to come along. Snacks along the way are essential, or any other sort of riding entertainment.
Okay, let's stop there. So we know we have to have, essentially, clothes, his bed rails for the kids, his Pooh Bear, snacks. So that's what you want to start with your list. You want to make sure that you put your essential items first, and then begin packing the rest of your items like your shorts, your hat, or any other gear that you may need. And the last step in our process so we got step number 5. Is prepare your packing list, the rest of your packing list, and to put everything in that bag. Okay? Step number 5 is to put everything in that bag so that you're all set and ready to go and have that fun-filled, can I hear it?
Fun-filled.
Stress-free? Stress-free vacation. Okay, so we've decided where we want to go. Step number 1, let's do a quick review. Step number 2, how many days we want for that travel. Step number 3, what we're going to do once we get there, our essential itineraries. Step number 4, the clothing and essential items we need. Step number 5, Step number 5 is packing the rest of our items, and away we go. Okay? Let me show you real quick what it is I do in terms of packing things. We'll pass these around real briefly. Alan's giving me the go. So this is what I put together after I've decided where it is I'm going. Just share a couple of them. Okay? Thank you. Yep. Things are going on. And that concludes my presentation, and I hope all of you are ready to pack for that fun-filled,
Fun-filled,
stress-free
stress-free
vacation.
vacation.